This is the Light a Candle Award. It was created in honor of Mary McEvoy, former director of SEED. It is presented to an individual or group that successfully promotes ties between research, policy, and practice to improve the lives of young children in Minnesota and throughout the world. We are so very pleased to present this year's Light a Candle Award to Lynn Haglin. And Lynn, here you are. Lynn serves as the Vice President and Kids Plus Director for the Northland Foundation in Duluth. Her experience includes over 30 years in administration, community development, education, and philanthropy, with an extensive background in early childhood, youth development, and intergenerational programming. Lynn, thank you so very much for your tireless work on behalf of children and families.
I just want to say thank you so much to the Center for Early Education and Development. This is really an honor, so appreciative. I'm so appreciative of it. When Amy called me, I was totally overwhelmed. It was like, really? And I really had to take a little time to process this, but I am thrilled. I had the privilege of getting to know Mary McEvoy as a Ready for K board member, and it was far too brief. But I did get to see her passion and her commitment and her caring for the young children living in Minnesota. So I am incredibly honored to receive an award that was created in Mary's honor. And then when I look at the incredible group of other recipients, these esteemed individuals who've truly, many of them have been the pioneers behind the campaign for our youngest children. I just want to say how much I truly appreciate this and thank you so much. I am going to make a few extra remarks. I hope you don't mind. But I started my career as a 22-year-old kindergarten teacher in southern Minnesota. I barely recognized myself as an adult, but every day when I watched those 26 children come bouncing through my doorway in the morning and a similar number in the afternoon, it didn't take me very long to realize they saw me as that trusted adult, the person they put all their faith in to be the caring support as they venture down their educational pathway. Now, I know they didn't see it quite in that language, but I could see it in their eyes. One of my absolute favorite quotes is from Mary Bronfenbrenner, the psychologist who said, what every child needs most is someone who is crazy about them. Well, we've learned since he made that statement, there is research to prove children need more than their parents. And I knew at 22 years old, after watching those eyes of those children, I decided while they were in my classroom for those 3 hours, I would be crazy about every single one of them, even the ones that were the hardest to love. And then I carried on my career to the Early Childhood Family Education Program in Duluth. And I can still remember the faces of the children that I taught. Not all of them, but many of them, and I can even link some names to those children. Now I think about them, they're adults with teenagers probably of their own, but they have been the fuel behind my passion and my commitment. Now I'm going to walk down memory lane a little bit. I think quite a few of you will remember this moment. Time magazine and Newsweek with pictures of babies, and inside were articles on early brain development. I carried those with me for months. I was so excited because what early care and education providers knew intuitively, we finally had the research, the platform on which we could build momentum, we could build the case around our youngest children and how we needed to invest in them. It has been extremely exciting. What SEED has done, what you did back with the Infant and Early Childhood Mental Health Certificate Program, we actually could say children had mental health. I mean, that was something we had to convince people of. So it was wonderful. It legitimized that and gave us something that we could really, again, take out to others and help them understand more about our babies and our young children. Also, the reflective supervision. Both of these things have had great impact in northeastern Minnesota, and I need to recognize that because we lack those resources in the rural areas. The other things that I do need to mention, of course, Ready for K, when that was launched, it brought all sectors to the table. Those unusual people came to the table. It was the umbrella under which we could bring early childhood and everyone else together. Since then, of course, we had around that same time, the 6 Minnesota Initiative Foundations launched the Minnesota Early Childhood Initiative. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary last week. We have over 90 early childhood coalitions spread throughout the state. There have been over 500 projects, programs, and activities developed to support the young children in rural communities in 65, I think, of our 80 counties. It is really amazing what passionate people, committed people live in these communities who are doing so many good things for the young children and their families. Of course, there's been Rob Grunwald and Art Rolnick, Federal Reserve Bank, who gave us the business case, that need for public investment and the return that we would all benefit from if we made that investment. There's been MELF, there has been the Funders for School Readiness, which morphed into Start Early, and more lately the Mini Minds campaign, which we saw success. There's been Parent Aware, that's another focus we're involved with a lot right now, and Parent Aware for School Readiness. We've got pre-K to 3rd grade, and of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Jane Kretzmann and the babies, 0 to 3. We need to keep them in our minds and keep working passionately on their behalf. These are only some of the great things that have happened, and I do apologize if I missed something that somebody's been a part of, but really it's been a coming together, a lot of different organizations doing their part to advance the focus on our young children. Paul Wellstone did give us all a challenge when he said we need to light the candle of hope to lead children on their pathway to their full potential. We can celebrate all the successes. We can feel really good. We've moved early childhood a lot, but we need to remember that every 8 minutes approximately in Minnesota, we have a new opportunity. In fact, during this event this afternoon, there could be many new little citizens who've been born. We have to remember them. We have to work together to ensure that they get that good, strong start, that they have access to quality early care and education that they're so deserving, of which they're so deserving. So please, I have enjoyed getting to know so many wonderful people who care about young children. I look forward to working with many of you into the future. Thank you to SEED and your 40th anniversary. Congratulations. I do have some others I need to thank who are here with me. The Northland Foundation, Tom Rainier, President, board members, board member emeritus, and my work colleagues and past work colleague. Truly, I feel like I've lived the dream as far as my job. With Northland, I've been able to go out and I have traveled the highways, and I've really come to know so many caring people who are committed to our youngest children. We've built about 52 coalitions in our region focused on young children, school-age children, and now we're connecting older adults with all ages of children. Our program has been Kids Plus. We've been able to accomplish many things and really rally a lot of people around children and youth. And we all need to work together to improve their well-being. I would also be remiss if I didn't thank my family, my husband, Reed, who honestly I've been away from a lot of nights, traveled many highways, and he's just been 100% support. My son, Adam, Christopher, and one son, Jared, who's actually, he lives down here, but he had business in Duluth, and I said, you've got to take care of business. You know, at a younger age, you've got to take care of business. But I'm very fortunate. My sons have provided me, they've been my best teachers. They've provided me with insights that I have really applied in my work. Now they are providing me with daughter-in-laws. I have 2 right now, soon to be 3. And believe it or not, the women are going to, well, they already outnumber the men in our house. I have 3 beautiful, precious granddaughters. Nora's 4, Abigail 2.5, Kira, who is 2. 2 of them woke me up this morning at 5 o'clock in Duluth because they haven't adjusted to daylight savings time. But I live early childhood. They ignite my passion and remind me that every single child deserves the caring and the love that they receive. So thank you again to Seed. Thank you very, very much. I will cherish this forever.